Ask Ads Almost Anything again. It's been a long time since I've done an Ask Ads Almost Anything. They were meant to be a monthly thing, and then they just kind of slipped off my radar for a long time. So, we're back, and we are going to answer a whole bunch of old questions that have been asked by patrons. Actually, just Graydon, because it seems to be only Graydon questions that I can find that have not been answered. So here we go. Are you losing faith in Canadian hockey teams? Thinking of converting to Boston yet? This was asked back in February. So this is for the last season, but I support the Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators this season, I don't remember last season much, because I don't think they did particularly well. This season, I know their last game didn't go over so well, but apart from that, it's not going too bad. Thinking of converting to Boston, though. My wife is a Boston supporter, for those of you who don't know, and I would rather be caught dead. How are the wildlands of the north treating you? Is the cold too much to handle? This was for my first winter, back in when I moved up north. Again, this was back in February this question was asked. So far, I've been quite happy up here in the north. I mean, it does get pretty cold. It also gets pretty hot in the summer. But, I mean, overall, like, my internet is faster and cheaper than when I was in Ottawa. And I think our how like renting cost is cheaper. I mean, there's less to do around the town, but really I didn't do much. If anything, it's just saving me money from not shopping, and most of the shopping I can do online anyway. I have a sizable board game group which I frequent every week, and additional days during the month as well. Like, really all I'm losing is less shops and a bit of variety. There's no, like, climbing places and stuff like that. But really, I don't really have time to do any of that kind of stuff anyway, and I'm too lazy now. So, I mean, I'm quite happy. It's certainly fitting into my lifestyle. Or my lifestyle is fitting into it, I guess is probably more appropriate. But yeah, I'm quite happy. At least I have a job here as well. That's also something. That's a plus. Top 5 board games, least favourite board games. This was asked back in January, but I am happy with pretty much any board game. I believe you can see my collection over at boardgamegeek.com/Adlington. There should be a way to see my entire collection there, and then filter what I actually own and what I've played and what I've rated and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm happy to play most games. Depends on the mood, depends on the player count, depends on how much time I have, depends on what I feel like, it depends on the theme I'm interested in at the time. You know, there's a lot of variables for favorites. I may do a list of like my favorite board games at some point, but basically anything in my Board Game Geek own thing. You can actually see my ratings for basically every game I've played on there as well, if you are curious. This question really dates when I'm getting these questions from. Do you have any New Year resolutions? If so, what are they? I don't remember what my New Year's resolutions are. The whole concept of New Year resolutions are kind of flawed. I mean, it's a nice idea, but it's like, and then you don't stick with it, and it's like, you're done, you know? It's a flawed concept, really. I do have aspirations and goals and stuff that I want to achieve. I would like to lose some weight, preferably. I would like to be generally healthier. I would like to, looking into YouTube stuff, I would like to be sticking to a regular schedule, which we're actually doing pretty good right now. We're in a groove, and I'm happy with it at the moment. New Year's resolutions that I might be making this year is just going to be much of the same, really. It's trying to be healthier and fitter and lose some weight and just enjoy life, you know? I may be missing some questions that have been asked previously for other Ask Ads Almost Anything posts that I never followed through on to do the video for. However, if you would like to ask Ads Almost Anything for next month, I will be doing a Ask Ads Almost Anything released on the last Sunday of every month. If you become a patron over at patreon.com/Adlington, there should be a post today with information to ask a question for the November edition of Ask Ads Almost Anything. You will have to be a paid patron in November to ask a question, Today should be the 30th of October, and tomorrow is the 31st. Actually, my birthday. Yay! Birthday patron? Maybe? Anyway, you can head on over there, and if your pledge goes through, Patreon will start taking money, I believe, like from the 1st of November, and for about a week. And if you're a paid patron, then you can ask Ads almost anything, and it will be answered in the next episode. I would like to thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you in the next Ask Ads Almost Anything video.